Aydin Paladin is a girl on the internet. It's a gal on the internet. So I don't know that much about Aydin Paladin. I watched one thing that they were talking about Sleepy Devo, short fat otaku, right? I guess he's on the chopping block now. The content hunger is starting to fucking transform the commentary community from a bunch of beautiful little grasshoppers into vicious brown locusts, right? They're all fucking starting to get aggressive. Oh, their little fucking horns are growing, flying through the air. We're turning from green to a scary branch brown. I didn't mean to fucking make any sort of weird racial insinuation there, but they're becoming locusts and starting to like eat everything, right? So they were attacking the dev guy. I thought Sleepy Devo, short fat otaku, was like some sort of fucking righty. I have no idea. All I know is I've listened to that guy talk like 6 times. Half fell asleep each time. And had half of no fucking clue what kind of point he was trying to make, like relative to the conversation. Like the dude seems like he talks to talk. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what to say otherwise. Vibes based communities or vibes based communication at best. Aydin Paladin. I was looking up for Aydins because there's a billion fucking Aydins out there, right? Aydin Paladin does not like Sleepy Devo, short fat otaku. And that's the only time I've heard them talk about short fat otaku. No idea what this person was about, but then I got online and it was another one of these issues where I'm like, why is this being sent to me? But it was. And this is Aydin Paladin. This is a tweet that has like fucking, I don't know how many, 34.6K views. It's gotten around. And I'm just going to go through it. I have become 100% convinced that CD Projekt Red has paid for a bot farm to spam the same talking points regarding The Witcher 4. I've pointed out before that there's about 5 seemingly scripted responses to any critique of what we know about the game, which is next to nothing, by the way. If you're watching this after the fact, there's been one game trailer for fucking The Witcher 4, and it's just Ciri's the main character, and the Witcher world still has like monsters and shit. It's still The Witcher. That's it. We don't know fucking anything about the game at all. There's nothing that's been released about the game. I've pointed out before that there's about 5 seemingly. I say nothing about her being a Witcher. She's not and cannot be. Yes, she can. It's fucking fiction. She can be a Witcher if she wants to. And instead just say, I don't want to play a game where you go around as Ciri trying to not get raped in a war-torn continent, as happens in the books, and the NPC just starts talking about her being a Witcher and how I'm a fake fan in a complete non sequitur. I refuse to believe these are real humans. Real humans. Real humans. What? First off, I just find the like possibility that The Witcher 4 is just going to be a series of potato-headed fucking Polish people just creeping out of the woodwork, just like sprinting at fucking Ciri, just like every 2 seconds. She's just like, don't try. Press X to keep fucking Sapolsky from poisoning your drink. Woo-hoo, you know? Jeez. If you don't know about Ciri, by the end of The Witcher 3, which is really all that matters now compared to the books, because it's the fucking we're Geralt of Rivia is not only not dead from a pitchfork to the bowels, but time has gone on. He had a whole adventure and actually retired instead of being stabbed to death, which is cool, you know, in my opinion. That's great for him. Neat. The continuity doesn't matter. Also, Ciri is literally like a time and space traveling fucking demigod. She can teleport. she can go to other whole like continuities of the CDPR fucking universe. Like she's in Night City apparently, or like gives references to that. There's a whole part. It's the whole end of The Witcher 3 is you fucking like doing time travel shit with her because she's a magic super beasto. Like she's really hyper cool. And that's it. Like, so I don't think that her I don't want to play a game where you go around in Syria trying to not get raped in a war-torn continent, as happens in the books. It's crazy. Because first off, the books are before. Which is another point. Like, the books already happened. And then the people that made the game went, we're going to ignore those to make new content that doesn't exist in the books. And, like, Siri grows the fuck up into a whole ass teleporty adult. It is the point of The Witcher 3. The Wild Hunt. And as far as she's not a Witcher and cannot be, I feel like she just can because she says she is. The Witcher is not like just a genetic thing. It's a job. Like they're employed. You know what I mean? It's just a shitty job. The only reason you really have to take the Trial of Grasses to become a Witcher is so that you can fucking basically steroid a human body into being able to like fight monsters. She doesn't need to do that because she has fucking superpowers. She's like superpowered, right? And also almost all of the Witchers are fucking dead because of the pogroms and the nobody wants to do the Trial of Grasses, but it doesn't take away from the value of having Witchers around because they're monster exterminators. The only valuable thing to like really get out of what makes a Witcher is one's for silvers for demons, steals for steals for men, silvers for everything else, or whatever the fuck however you're supposed to say that. They're exterminators is really the whole thing. That's the interesting part of the book is fucking Geralt having to make a fucking exterminator contract with hillbillies and fucking inbred scions of distant houses that live in the fucking woods and being like, all right, look, I'm going to go do this. I want to make sure the job is what it is, but you're going to have to fucking pay me. Okay, you're going to have to pay me to do the job. And that's the fucking fun part of The Witcher is people trying not to pay him haggling over witch killing or hag killing, I guess you would say. 7 drowners, that's too many florins. Okay, how about 17 florins? Sufficient. Will you shake on it with me? Yes, I'll shake on it with you. That's the good part. A lot of the Witchers have different like trials that you take, and they have different vibes, right? Like by the rules of what Witchers even fucking are, there's not like a whole like lot of them left, and it seems like Ciri's wearing a different she's like School of the Lynx or cat or something like that. I can't remember. I feel like it was like a type of cat, but it wasn't a cat specifically. But the other schools have different rules for what you do while you're in it. Like if you're School of the Bear, you get to be fucking absolutely dripped out. And if you're School of anything else, you don't. School of the Wolf, you get to fucking live to the end of most of the stories. And so like if she just starts up another Witcher clan where this is like, what are you? Like, oh, we're Witchers, but we're all ladies that have powers other than the Trial of Grasses, and we do Witcher shit. We're this school. Then you have it. That's it. The whole point of the fucking medallion is just that it vibrates if some weird fuckos are around, right? Like, you don't have to fucking do fucking space drugs to be a Witcher. Because the fucking people that are in control of the fucking IP said so. Like, that's it. There's no valuable fucking differentiation. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? You just gotta also make sure that she's 100% sterile, like fucking Geralt, so she can go seed slinging and not get fucking knocked up or knock up someone else. Who knows what her downstairs mix-up's going on. But it is what it is. Time travel, pretty sure you just hop around other words. Well, like time and space travel, right? I think there's also some fucking time travel. Not like excessive. Why do I think time travel in The Witcher? Hold on. I think that's just my brain confusing like going to... Yes. Okay, no, yeah, they do have time travel. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yep. Yeah. Okay, yeah. She can time travel. I think she just doesn't do it very much. Time travel's part of The Witcher. Sucks to suck. I don't know what to tell you. Even her learning the signs isn't a big deal because the entire point of the signs was to create weaker magic that could be used by non-mages. Yeah, that's the point of the signs too, is that it's stupid. The complaints against it are dumb. Because first off, The Witcher's not that hard of a fucking magic thing. I bet Aydin drives this 2004 Subaru Outback. Damn. Gotcha. I remember watching her a long time ago. Definitely remember her JQing pretty loudly in a few videos. Yeah, she's got a little cross up there. A little science and a cross. That's always a good mix. She's a Christian Science monitor. There's a weird moment in the book where Ciri pops up like 500 years into the future and gets help from this rando lake lady. Thank you. Yes. I thought so. I fucking knew that there was some amount of time travel. I just knew that was a fucking case. Thank you. Damn it. Not gonna lie, Jack. Who are these fucking people you've been watching? Literally, one of the endings of The Witcher 3 and arguably the canon one is literally Ciri becoming a Witcher. What the fuck did this person smoke? Oh, so yes, she literally gets she gets it handed down. In The Witcher, the beginning of it too. I don't know why this keeps coming up as a thing that people are complaining about. The Witcher 3 Ciri, right? Dooba boop. Witcher Wiki. I can't remember exactly what the hell this is called. 3. In the Wikipedia entry, this is a journal entry from the thing. For Cirilla is also a highly skilled witcher, heiress to several thrones, and last bearer of the Elder Blood, a powerful source endowed with exceptional magic, talent, and the Lady of Time and Space. I let you fucking cocksucking fucks for 2 seconds knock me out. The Lady of Time and Space. God, shut the fuck up. I should also tell you that she is Geralt's adopted daughter, but that would be a gross simplification. She's much more. She's his destiny. And I was just gonna try to see the thing. I'd have to replay the whole goddamn thing. Is it Kaer Morhen at the very beginning? Tutorial level, yes. Just tell me the name of the thing so I can say it, because I keep bringing this up. Movement mechanics, run the walls with Ciri. All right, I can't find it. Basically, Ciri does standard Witcher training. That's the other thing, which is more important than the Trial of the Grasses, which everyone says is that no one should do the Trial of the Grasses. It comes up again and again and again, like, the only way to turn this guy back into a normal-looking person is to literally murder his body by putting him through the Trial of Grasses. Wow, we should have never wasted so many lives on the Trial of Grasses. It seems like we got diminishing returns on the Trial of Grasses. So many smart people were killed because of the Trial of Grasses. Yeah, the Trial of Grasses allow witchers to do things that most mortal men can't do, but most mortal men can still kill witchers, so of what value is the Trial of the Grasses? And everyone's saying, no, you guys strap these kids to a torture bed and then put some juice in them. Like, fucking shut the fuck up. But Ciri trained with them. She knows the difference of good sword, bad sword. She like knows all the things, and everyone calls her a witcher, and she gets the medallion handed down. So she's not a witcher and can never be, is fucking stupid. It's a stupid point for stupid people. I don't know why they're saying it. I don't think you like the game. Yeah, fake fan. Literally fake fan. Fake fan. You don't even know what part to reference. Like, this isn't in the books. No, neither is The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, from where all of you like Cyrillia. Fuck, are you out of your mind? My money's on either Aydin drives a Kia Forte or a Ford Focus. So this is the original post he was talking about. Replying to Pirate Nation. Pirate Nation is one of the fucking, he's a gooner. One of the Lord Gooners underneath Grums. He's a Grums lieutenant. The books portray the gritty, dark nature of warfare in horrifying detail, including Ciri nearly being raped on multiple occasions while she and Geralt are separate. I don't want to play a game about that. But, like, she's literally separated from Geralt in The Witcher 3 for the entirety of Witcher 3. That's the point of The Witcher 3. Is trying to find Yennefer and then trying to find Ciri and then using Ciri and Yennefer to try to make sure the Wild Hunt don't destroy space and time or whatever the fuck. That's like the whole point of The Witcher 3 is that Ciri is literally separated from you. You get to play as her and she is insanely competent compared to fucking Geralt because she's younger and she has space and time travel magic. That's it. She can fucking literally just go to another universe if she's like, fuck it. She becomes a trusted friend and almost like surrogate sort of daughter to fucking what's his fuck, the Red Baron or whatever the hell in the middle. She makes friends. She fucks some random fucking stable boy. She just does like Witcher stuff the whole game. It's a sequel to that. In the books, she's like a child. And also it's Sapkowski writing it. And he's a fucking little creepy old man. All right? Now it's different people writing it. The woke mob. The woke mob is writing it from CD Projekt Red. I would have to guess that most of the game is not going to be you trying to not get raped. I would actually say that, like, statistically speaking, most people would not be interested in playing that. And it won't be a major part of the gameplay mechanics. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's just a psychotic thing to fucking say. Who would make that game at the AAA level? Depriving Ciri of any part of the story, read the books. She doesn't take the trial of the grasses, but considers herself a Witcher in the end, and is more powerful than any Witcher. Don't tell me you liked Witcher 3 and acted like this, because a certain ending literally makes her a Witcher. Yeah, based and literally true. At CD Projekt Red, maybe put some more instruction into your bots to not respond to a woman saying she doesn't want to play a game where the female protagonist has to avoid getting harassed or raped with the same fucking scripts of read the books and she's a Witcher. Laughy face. Why did you put the fucking raffle there? Raffle. I don't know. This is some triggered bullshit. This is like, this is cringe as fuck. Isn't she capable of becoming a Witcher? It's just that survival for females undergoing it are not great, I guess. I say this having read none of the books, never watched the show, or engaged in any source material beside half of Witcher 3, but I did watch a 15-minute video in the background. What? No woman has ever survived the trial of the grasses. In The Witcher 3, some text says the cat school managed to get some to survive. But it's irrelevant because it must be administered in childhood and Ciri is an adult. She's also a time and space traveling demigod, but Mo Witcher. What the fuck are you talking? What a dumb fuck. Is that the whole... Is Aydin Paladin stupid as fuck on purpose because that's like their jam? Is Aydin Paladin actually supposed to be like... Is it a bit? Pretty sure that Cat School lore came from a Polish TV series about The Witcher. It's in an unofficial TTRPG, but there's some line, apparently, in some text in The Witcher 3 that alludes to it. It's weak sauce shit that doesn't matter. That it's canon! It's canonical background information, you fucking idiot. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh... just because they said it in officially released material doesn't mean that it contradicts my point that there's no officially released material about it. It's just in a series of shows, apparently, and also in a fucking tabletop RPG. Just a tabletop RPG, something that never has an extensive amount of information added. Just a massive, catastrophically massive book of fucking background info and fucking stats so that you can literally build characters. A canonical build characters in my fucking universe machine book. Just because that exists doesn't mean anything. All of these contravening facts, dude. What a fucking moron, bro. Holy fuck, dude. I'm so glad. What a fuck. Is Dev actually a genius? My bad. I guess sleepy, short, fat, and sleepy otaku is actually based as fuck. Because anybody that's having anyone say something distracting, or anyone that this person is saying something detracting about, has got to be at least a little bit on the fucking ball. What an idiot. I'm a Witcher 3 only noob, so I don't have the ground to stand on this kerfuffle series of Witcher, but from every angle I've seen, this video seemed to take it seriously and not dip into cynicism. Tagging master of the TDS, your expertise is needed. This is another one of the fucking Gooner guys. Master of the total defense shotgun. Husband of a writing raven too. What? Okay, look. Fucking weak ass commentary, YouTube. You motherfuckers. Look at these gooners just getting away unaddressed. This is somebody that's been drawn. These people have drawn themselves. This couple has drawn themselves as Tim Burton characters with giant titties and a fucking like smug Pepe face. What's going on here? This guy literally drew himself as Linkara. What? Where are you at, commentary? Why is fucking Thoughtslime being repaid attention to, and we have all of this to fucking look at? What the hell? You've got couples, you know that shit's gonna pop off. Look, they're Jewish. They're Jewish. Call Chud Logic. This person's Jewish. A Jewish person. I don't know what the joke is. Chud Logic has never said a single strange thing about Jewish people, okay? He hangs out with one that defends lolly pornography all the time. I have no idea. I keep meaning to double check this person. I followed them because I saw them responding to Grums, but I'm not completely up on the fucking lore. Where is all this info? Where's all this info stuff? Total defense shotgun.
So The Witcher 4 has.
Is that a friend of that? Oh no, that's Critical Shotgun, right? Critical Shotgun is a Trud Logic friend on, or at least an irrational chat friend. I see Critical Shotgun. That's got to be different, right? Critical and Total Defense shotguns. They're not part of the same shotgun family. Certainly not the Benelli $10,000, $100 million plush ones. Who the fuck are these people? It's just brought me back to that guy at the glasses days. The location is insane, though. The Kingdom of Wisdom. Oh, is that what that said? Didn't even see. Tabletop adaptations are notorious for adding textbooks of lore to a setting. You would have to. The Lightbringer has returned. Let me tell you something. Hello, I'm Total Defense Shotgun. And today we're going to talk about the bullshit I'm seeing about Ciri becoming a Witcher. I can't. I'm getting too tired to continue this all on. Unrelated to Witcher, but related to gooning. Did you see someone made a porn parody of the CEO shooting? No, nor will I. Dude. Hurry, Chud. It's an OnlyFans model speaking down on React streamers. How fucking dare they? Dude. The 100 mil Benelli? You mean the Papal Blicky? Let's go out there and punch him. Oh my God. Power Rangers retrospective will be released when it's ready. All of you people that are getting into my comment section and saying, when's Power Rangers? When's Power Rangers? But none of you will unblock the ads on our site. Do you think running ad block on my videos? Bro, I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I gotta start watching some Linkara videos. Total Defense Shotgun, the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Why does a Yu-Gi-Oh card have opinions? Well, somebody turned themselves into a Yu-Gi-Oh and fucking Tim Burton. That guy's my age. That guy's either my specific age or he has like a dead brother that he's trying to fucking ape the guy's vibe. I don't know, man.
Has been revealed, and Ciri is officially our new protagonist. Not just Ciri, though, but Ciri as a Witcher who somehow, after the events of Witcher 3, undertook the Trial of the Grasses, which, if you don't remember, is the
I guess because she's got the cat eyes.
Brutal, week-long process where children, often orphans, were forcibly administered viruses, herbs, mutagens, and potions that mutated them into Witchers. 60 to 70% of those subjected to the trial died, and even then, only a fraction of the children who did survive actually became Witchers and received their medallions, because many of the other trial survivors lost their minds from the pain or were otherwise crippled during the process. This trial, though, is what Ciri went through to go from the optimistic, very non-traditional Witcheress who hadn't undergone the mutations at the end of Witcher 3, to the hardened cat-eyed Cirilla we're reintroduced to.
Oh yeah, I guess so. She has done it, so because she took a little juice.
In the Witcher 4 trailer. Now, that trailer has understandably led to a lot of questions, especially if you care at all about the lore. And those questions have mostly been getting responded to with, well, to be nice, I'll just say inaccurate answers. So I really felt like this was a video I needed to make, that this was a video worth making. If you know me, you know I love The Witcher, and I just want to get the facts out there. What do the books, and while we're at it, CDPR's previous games, actually say about female Witchers, and about Ciri potentially becoming one? First, though, I want to put this out there. I love Ciri, and almost more importantly, I'm very, very happy to be continuing in the Witcher world post-Witcher 3. It opens up a ton of possibilities I can't wait to talk about.
What, Mr. Hangen was
That's not the purpose of this video, though, so to get to the point, if you're anything more than a very casual Witcher fan, you've probably been seeing people say things like, the books say only boys can become Witchers, and Ciri surviving the Witcher trials makes no sense at all. And you maybe have also seen people saying the opposite sort of thing, that there are already female Witchers in canon, or that the Cat School is known to have created girl Witchers. I'll address that second type of claim first, which will be really easy because they're not true, with no gray area. Ciri aside, let me stress that part, Ciri aside, there are 0 female Witchers currently in game canon or canon, meaning the books. Nowhere in any of the 9 novels is a female Witcher ever mentioned, even in passing, and the same is true of the first 3 games. When people say that the School of the Cat trained female Witchers, or that for another example that there was a woman named Dragonfly who became a Witcher, they're doing that because they quickly googled female Witcher, then read the Witcher wiki and didn't realize the source for the wiki is a pen and paper game that was released as a tie-in for a very low-budget 2001 Witcher TV show. A show that, by the way, the book author reviewed with one word, that word being obscene. The word obscene also reminds me of another more recent TV Witcher adaptation as well, but, well, I suppose this isn't the time.
Okay, so it's canon, though. Like, so that's fucking wrong, though. That's canon, bro. That's what happens when you fucking let people... That's why you either hold on to your IP like a demonic fiend, as George Lucas did, or you get Rey. You get Reylo, right? Kylo Ren is canon. Kylo Ren is canon. Do you know what else is canon to Star Wars? Somehow, Darth Sidious returned. You know why? Because the IP allowed for canon reintroduction of stuff in the show. Sapkowski doesn't like it. Sapkowski shouldn't have made money because now Sapkowski's not in charge of the IP anymore. Canon, sorry, bud. It should also be said, I haven't read all 9 books. I read 1.5, 2? No, 2, I think. And then I played the fuck out of the games, and I read the books in the games. Goddamn. But from what I get about the books, you know, it's mostly pretty fucking closely following Geralt. Like, it's not like a holistic, overarching deep dive into everything that happens in the universe, right? And also, if we're gonna say that the book, like, you can't have the books be canon and the fucking game because he fucking dies in the books. Like, there is no Witcher. He's dead. He dies. He dies. You know what I'm saying? What if lore isn't a static thing? I think lore is only valuable in and as far as, like, it's connected to, like, the hard science of a world. You know what I mean? Like, and even then, it is pretty soft here and there. It just can't be, like, internally contradictory. If something changes, then things change. You know what I'm saying? I think we're, like, what the first Witchers were after the first or second sphere collisions or whatever the fuck they call it. So basically, like, in the Witcher universe, the spheres collided, right? And basically, portals opened and let in things from other universes and other blah, blah, blah. It mixed everything up. So everything gets mixed up. You're actually on a different planet than Earth kind of deal, and, like, Earth maybe is real. So Polish people just kind of, like, leaked over here type vibe, whatever. And, like, each time one of those things happened, the worlds became, like, more different stuff changed. So, like, it wasn't like humans could always do Witcher stuff. Like, the things got added to the world that let people do the potions, right? They let you do it. New monsters showed up. All you have to do to literally change the lore is in the game, raw, if this guy's 100% correct, just say, then another fucking collision of the spheres happened and all of women could all do it. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Convergence. Thank you. Yeah, the convergences.
To start shifting to the other perspective, though, despite what you may have heard people confidently claim, the books never, and I mean never, say that there can't be female Witchers, or that a girl surviving the Trial of the Grasses is impossible, or that the survival rate was 0%. Nothing like that is ever said. However, when Ciri is taken to Kaer Morhen as a child during the books, Lambert does say that a girl had never trained there before. And when Witchers or their training get discussed in the books, the phrasing is often something like, for example, a quote from Geralt here, "The Trial of the Grasses is dreadful, and what is done to boys during the time of the changes is even worse." Or for another example, this is a dryad named Ethne speaking to Geralt, "After all, you Witchers have been seeking boys designated by fate to be your successors." In the books, it's not that a girl couldn't survive the trials or that it's impossible, it's that they just don't try. They seek out boys for the profession, and that sort of gendered talk, or whatever you want to call it, carries forward all the way into Witcher 3.
That's just it. Not everyone made it. Lots of boys died here. Boys taken against their will.
I do want to point out, though, that in very recent post-Witcher 3 years, CDPR have kind of been laying the groundwork for female Witchers in other Witcher media. It's just gone unnoticed because, well, it's Witcher media that only a very small percentage engage with. For example, just a couple years ago, CDPR released a single-player Gwent game called Rogue Mage, which had a little story about the creation of the first Witchers by the mage Alzur. In that story, CDPR established that for the game canon at least, Alzur did experiment on a woman when attempting to create the first Witcher, but instead of at least somewhat taking to his experiments like all of his male subjects, the woman just died.
This fruitless attempt with the courtesan ingrained in the mage a prejudice that he would never shake, and from that day onward, of the many subjects exposed to his experiments, only a handful would be female.
Now, this does establish that even after the first woman's death, Alzur did give other women Witcher mutations, but just that it was a rare occurrence, only a handful of cases from that point forward, apparently. Ultimately, Alzur's first success with a Witcher did end up being a male human child, which then became the default base for a Witcher moving forward. Also worth mentioning is that in the current Witcher tabletop game, which is officially licensed and overseen by CDPR, it was again established that during Alzur's later experiments, which were done in groups, the girls he did include became ill much more quickly than the boys, and that they ultimately fared much worse during the later parts of the trial. Again, it's never said that every single one died or that it was never attempted again post-Alzur, just that most girls didn't take to the mutations particularly well, and certainly not as well as boys. Okay, to move on, I want to get to Ciri specifically, because she is an interesting exception in many ways, and I would...
Even from a scientific perspective, that's kind of dog shit. Because, like, are you trying to get to the same mutations and stuff? Maybe there is actually, like, a fucking biological change in what guys and girls can and can't take. And maybe he didn't try enough. Like, maybe you got to use more vampire blood to change ladies. They take better to Bruxa mutation instead of, like, you know, werewolf juice or some stupid shit like that. I would rather that just get experimented on, you know what I mean, and fucked with a little bit more. I think that, like, just stopping, like, this one guy tried to do shit is cringe. It's just not good enough. It's not sufficient enough, and it doesn't even in-universe answer, like, why there's not more. It's like, okay, was it just sexism? Like, and it says a courtesan, like, the fucking dude would just try to he just tried to mutate some random prostitute and she died. I feel like you're sort of setting yourself up for saying, like, well, maybe the guy that did the fucking that did the trial of grasses was a kook? What if he was a kook? What if like half of it wasn't even necessary or something like that? You know what I mean? Those are easy like lore questions to dump because of how soft the systems of magic and interaction in the fucking story even are. They're limp. They're wet noodle like grade fucking like strong. It's just that's an ass explanation. Like what happened? Like yeah. Well, the one time in canon they did try to make chick witchers, the guy who just was randomly dosing hookers that he met and killed one said, "Well, I've noticed that girls do make it through, but they get sicker quicker." And so I just started doing it to boys, and I got what I wanted out of it. Like, the easy answer to that is maybe the dude that started the trial of grasses was callous and incompetent, and nobody effectively tried to build on his work in a way that undid the danger. They're just like, oh no, what we started doing is we stopped using this type of griffin talon poison. We realized you didn't need it at all. Like, what do you mean you didn't need it at all? No. That and the manticore gland that he was using, the way that he ran it through a catalyst was just, it turns it into just an insane neurotoxin. It just happens to be that boys are luckily more resistant to it. It doesn't provide any benefit, but it's how he was like thinning out this werewolf hair concoction, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's that fucking easy. It's just... The Sapowski's not that fucking good. He's just not that fucking good.
I'd almost argue that Ciri as
it's interesting. It's not like the worst stuff ever. He's just not that fucking good, man.
Witcher is a different topic entirely from the idea of female witchers in general. Before we get there though, I do need to take a quick second to thank the incredibly well-timed sponsor for today's video, which is the brand new Witcher 3 Naraka Blade Point update. If you don't know, Naraka Blade Point is a very popular free-to-play battle royale.
Not dissimilar to the real world. The people conducting the trials use one woman for every 300 men and conclude women cannot have this. Yeah, like this, it's just CD Projekt Red actually insanely based by saying like, oh no, he was actually just bad at science. They're saying like, yeah, canonically in the world we've proven this, and then like when you say you've proven this, you're like, yeah, he fucking dosed one hooker and killed like 15 other girls and just decided that he'd rather use orphan boys to do his fucking goofy work on.
It's set apart by being pretty melee focused with a grappling hook for mobility, and just this month Naraka Blade Point collaborated with CD Projekt to bring a ton of Witcher content into their game. Topic entirely from the could there be female Witchers question. Well, it's because in the books, Ciri is a very unique case, to put it mildly. She travels to Kaer Morhen under very unusual circumstances, and while there, she goes through full Witcher combat.
This is the thing I'm talking about. They keep showing her on that segment. This little fucking series of things that she's on has a name. And I swear to God.
For well over a year, with 5 Witchers guiding her. Not only that, and this is something that is often forgotten, but while at Kaer Morhen, the Witchers feed Ciri special accelerant mushrooms and urban fusions that help her develop her strength and agility. They're the very same accelerants that all Witcher students take before going through with the actual Witcher mutations, and when Triss meets Ciri at Kaer Morhen, still during her training, Triss immediately notices that Ciri had already developed the internal fitness of a Witcher with the help of the mushrooms they'd been feeding her. Eventually, Triss even asks the Witchers to stop giving her them so often because she fears they might have side effects. Not as grave side effects as what the trial might do to Ciri, aka possibly kill her, but still, side effects. All that is,
he fucking Witcher's just like, hey man, you want some fucking crazy ass fucking mushrooms? Giving you the fucking red mushrooms from fucking Super Mario Brothers. She's just bloop, bloop, bloop.
To say if there was going to be a female Witcher, it should be Ciri. She's already received the training, she's already been enhanced to an extent, and even in the books, Ciri is referred to as being a Witcher many times by other characters, which again is something that from her literal journal entry to constant dialogue carries forward into Witcher 3.
Look. That's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
No, there's really no problem.
I love all the fucking like line work on that, and then around her eyes are like, gotta get that fucking mid-late 2000s fucking black eyeshadow in there.
At all with Ciri being a Witcher, her taking on that job. And granted, I don't think most people have a problem with that part. The majority of Witcher fans love, or at least like, the Witcheress ending from Witcher 3, and I'll keep this vague, but Ciri's story in the books ends with her riding off into the sunset after saying that the world surely has a need for a Witcher girl like her. Now, it's more of an honorary title in the books, whereas she actually takes on the profession in the games, but being a Witcher, either in spirit or literally, is part of her character. There's no issue there. Where things get interesting, though, is the idea that Ciri, as a 20-something adult who is already far more exceptional than your average Witcher, has now decided, as of Witcher 4, to go through with the actual trial, the full Witcher mutations. Now, I will say there are a few quote-unquote problems with this I've seen pointed out that aren't really problems, at least lore-wise. For one, it's suspected by Triss in the books that the process of creating new Witchers was no longer fully remembered by the Kaer Morhen Witchers. If that's the case, how could Ciri do it, people say? Well, in that very same passage, it's also heavily implied that if Triss or Yen were given a bit of time in the Witcher's laboratory, where the Witchers still have all of the supplies to do the trial, that either of them would be able to figure out the process easily enough. I mean, in Witcher 3, Yennefer figures out and conducts part of the trial on Uma, and more importantly, the main reason the trial is quote-unquote forgotten is because when Kaer Morhen was attacked before the books, the mages who were helping Witchers with the mutation process died. By that time, Witchers were becoming unnecessary anyway. The games don't sell this point very well, but in the books there aren't many monsters left in the world, so creating new Witchers was pointless as there wasn't even enough work to go around for the existing Witchers. It's also worth mentioning that in the newest Witcher book from 2024, as of making this video, it's not available in English yet, but in the newest novel, it's also revealed that another reason Witchers stopped doing the trial was not because it was truly forgotten, but instead because the Witcher mutations, aka their physical supplies, were becoming less stable over time, and trial survival rates were actually dropping from the already low 30 to 40%. You do have to wonder if CDPR knew about that little bit of lore while writing Witcher 4. I mean, they have met up with Sapkowski recently, so maybe, but it doesn't really matter. Point is, the trial of the
These fucking curmudgeonly old
grasses being
fucking...
rediscovered, even if dangerous, is very believable, and that's not even to mention that there are several other Witcher schools out there, all with their own fortresses and trial knowledge, which is another possibility if Ciri isn't able to get help at the familiar Kaer Morhen. That's a really good segue though, because another problem I've seen people mention is this idea that Geralt would never let Ciri undertake the trial. To this I say, if you've been saying that, please replay The Witcher 3. The entire point of Witcher 3's main and undertaking the trial as a last resort of different interpretations are prophesized to, well, to do a bunch of different things. To rule the world, to save the Unshay Elves from extinction, in Witcher 3 to stop a big magic snowball because CDPR ran out of time when writing the final act of the game, whatever. The point is, Ciri's elder blood and the potential of it makes her of constant interest to people in power, or people who want power. Someone always wants something from her. They usually want to have full control over her, and she spent her entire life running away from her supposed destiny, which she hates. Now, that said, we don't see Ciri use her Elder Blood powers at all in the trailer, her teleportation, any of that, and I really wonder if in Witcher 4, whether Ciri's decision to fully commit to being a Witcher by undergoing the mutations is her attempt at escaping her destiny. Not just for herself necessarily, although maybe her powers are affected by the trial of the grasses, but also because she doesn't want to put the burden of being constantly pursued and cannot be changed, that she can't change anything, which seems to really make her angry. And I hope Witcher 4 explores the dark side of Ciri we don't see in Witcher 3 really at all. In the books, Ciri has a darkness in her that would shock people who only
Ciri personifies evil. That's how I intended her to be, a monster, because almost everyone is trying to make a monster out of her, Andrzej Sapkowski.
know her from Witcher 3, and I would love to see Witcher 4 confront that darkness. Anyway, if you can't tell, I'm very excited at the possibilities here. I mean, I haven't even touched upon...
I think it would be pretty dope. That's a pretty solid video. I'm not going to watch the entire thing. Go watch the rest of it if you're interested. I skipped around a bit. I would say it's out. Here, my thing is, I'm not really convinced one way or another. It's not a big, like, lore change, right? Like, a big lore change that just, like, would not make fucking sense is something, I don't know. It would have to be crazy, right? I haven't knocked too many of those in my life. Because normally the thing that sucks is like, yeah, dude, if fucking time carries on and someone else gets control of your IP, they might change everything about it. It'll just occur. And then fuck you. That's what happens. I don't think that would be a remotely... I don't think you would have to change anything that we already know about the books. I think everything could remain true and you wouldn't have to retcon. You know, I guess it's the severity of the amount of retcon that you have to do to make the powers work or whatever the fuck is usually like the biggest issue. And I don't think you have to retcon much of anything, if anything, at all with making Ciri a Witcher, even if you want her to take the trial of the grasses. I mean, like, it just strikes me as something that's an imperfect science anyway. Yeah, what he was saying there, I remember reading all those little tiny notes. This isn't like I didn't prepare for this. I just played Witcher 3 a billion times and I enjoyed the fucking lore so much. I would read the books I found. I would read the fucking books in the universe that I found. All right.
Hope you enjoyed your time on the Westside.